Hello and welcome to the Agripreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Shengi Michael. Today with me in the house is an expert in the agribusiness trading area. He is the founder of the Inventive Minds Nigeria, the Jazz Business World, and a host of other businesses, Mr. Ekele James. So welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
I'm happy to have me here.
It's all right. And today we'll be talking on agro trading, the opportunities in agro trading. Like I said earlier, James is an expert in trading of agro produce. He'll be sharing with us opportunities that are in that line of business, so all of us can be able to key into these areas and begin to earn money as farmers. Um, so, Mr. James, sir, what exactly is agro trading?
Well, basically, it's about trading agricultural commodities. For somebody who is a player in that sector, there are different levels. You could be an aggregator who aggregates from smallholder farmers at farm gate and either store to sell at a later date, or you aggregate and you sell to the bigger traders who have warehouses scattered all around. Or you could even buy, depending on your capacity. If you have capacity to buy larger volumes, you buy and then deliver to companies who are buying for further processing or adding one form of value or the other along the chain. So agri-commodity trading, it's basically about grains in its nature, in its harvested form, exchanging or moving from one person to the other along the chain until it gets to the processor, who is able to process to finished products that will consume.
Yes, all right, sir. Thank you. That's a great explanation. What are the opportunities in this area for Nigerians?
So, Nigeria basically is an agricultural, agrarian society. Talking about Benue State, where we are more focused on, we are largely farmers. More than 80% of Benue people are largely farmers. We produce quite a couple of crops. So when these crops are harvested, how it gets from the farmer to the market, it's a chain on its own, and it brings a lot of opportunities for people to be able to play in that sector. So it's huge. The opportunities there are large, and people can get good value along the line.
It's all right. All right. So, what is the highest commodity currently in the market?
In Benue, so the major commodities in Benue, we have soya beans, we have rice, we have yam, so that's root and tuber. We have cassava, things like ginger, potato. Those are commodities that we do in smaller scale. Even when we talk about maize, yes, we farm maize, we farm sorghum and other crops, but not in very large numbers like the soybeans, rice, and the yams. Of course, we have other things like the fruits like oranges, mango, which of course Benue is ranking among the highest producers in the country. Yeah. So if you talk about highest crops with highest value in Benue, you will want to look at yam, you want to look at cassava, you want to look at soya beans, you want to look at rice. You also want to look at the fruits like mango and oranges.
It's all right, sir.
Yeah.
And so, for a beginner, what is the easiest entry point into agro trading?
Okay. It's as simple as operating within the farm gate. If you are doing soya beans, for instance, the good thing about soya beans is that the market is fully developed. Yep. Wherever you are, there's somebody there to buy. So if I want to trade and I have very small money, let's say enough to do like 10 bags, which is just 1 ton. What it means is that I go to farmers, I buy from the farmers, and I take it to the market. When I say market now, I'm not talking about the open market. I'm talking about people who are buying. Take, for instance, if I'm operating in Boko, maybe Akbar, for instance, Akpa is one of the biggest soya beans markets we have in Benue. Around Akpa, there are lots of villages. I can buy from any of the villages, from farmers, and then move it to Akpa, where you have traders who own warehouses in Boko, in Akpa there. You move it from the village to Akpa, and then you're able to sell to any of those traders who are buying there. There's always a margin. Yes, there's always a margin between where you are buying from at farm gate to the market. So if you take it to Akpa, you're able to sell in Akpa and get some good margin. Of course, margin because you're also going to transport.
Yes.
There's a handling cost
Of course.
taking it from the village to Akpa there. And then you sell in Akpa and get a small margin. For somebody who is in Akpa, who buys from people who bring on motorbikes, you know, the way we transport commodities on motorbikes, 1 bag, 2 bags on a bike, they bring it to the warehouse. The warehouse guy pays them after taking the weight and checking the quality. Now, the guy in Akpa who buys also has somebody who comes to buy from him.
Oh.
Yeah, there's some of them who sits there, and traders will come to Akpa or any of the markets around, any of the towns around. They come and buy from their warehouses, right? In trucks. We also have companies in Makodi. We have Saro, Agro Allied. We have Flour Mills. We have Wakot. We have Golden Oil and a few others who are buying in Makodi. So those traders in those satellite towns will buy from the small traders and then bring it to Makodi to come and sell to companies who are buying here. And there's always a margin along the line.
It's all right.
Yeah, so it's a well-developed sector. It's a well-developed business.
It's all right.
There are lots of people doing it with any amount of money. Even if it is 1 bag you can afford, you can start, and you're making your cool money.
It's all right.
Yeah.
You can start with 1 bag of soya beans, 1 bag of rice, you know,
Exactly.
and become an agro trader instantly. That's what we have been told this morning.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, like you said, okay, so these things are in volumes, quantities, different volumes, and then different volumes determine the buyer, who the buyer is. All right, and then it also means that if you are buying more, you get more profit.
True.
All right. All right. So, what are the common mistakes people make in agro trading?
Okay. Now, the dynamics in trading commodities. First is that you need to understand the specifications that your buyers are requesting for. If you're supplying to me, for instance, one of the first things I look out for is the level of impurity in your grains, whether it is soya beans, it is rice, or whatever the grain that you're supplying to me. I'm going to do an analysis to check for the purity level. Now, some companies will tell you the maximum level of impurity they will accept is 4%. Total impurity. Total impurity, that means they are checking for sand and stones. They are checking for foreign materials like straws. You know, when you thresh your soya beans, the straws are there, what some of you will call chaff. All of those things are there. So it's going to check for what percentage of sand and stone, what percentage of the chaff, what percentage of rotten grains.
Okay.
You know, because of the way it is being handled on the farm.
Yes.
There are times where maybe the rain fell on the soya beans before you harvested. Some of them get rotten. Or you took them to your warehouse, you didn't store them very well, and moisture enters into the bag and they get rotten. All right?
Yes.
So, percentage of rotten grains. Are there weevil infested grains? We're going to check for it also.
Okay.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah, so those are the some of the parameters that we check for. Other parameters like the level of fatty acid, free fatty acid, level of oil and all that, those are very advanced analyses that are usually done in the lab by companies who buy.
Okay.
Doesn't really concern you. All you need to check for is there sand and stone? Are there too much straws or rotten grains? Those are the major things you need to look out for.
It's all right.
Yeah, so if it is clean enough, fine, people would buy.
It's all right.
The same thing applies to rice. In fact, for rice, We also want to check for colored
Okay.
grains. So
Yes.
you fetch some rice in your palm, you use your palm to scrub it, scratch it, and peel the back. And then you're able to check, after winnowing it, to check to see how much of the red seed are there. If it has plenty red seed,
It's a no for some
companies will
persons.
want to reject
All
such.
right.
Companies also check for the length of the grain.
Okay.
Are they short grains or long grains? These are things that companies check out for. Then, how much of impurity? Some people don't winnow very well.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of chaff in it. Companies are going to deduct your money for those.
Wow.
So it's better you get grains that are clean.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So aside the impurities in the grains, what other mistakes do people do in terms of trading? Okay, because for instance, you buy,
Okay.
you take to the market like you earlier said, and then it was measured and it discovered that the quantity your quantity was not up to par, kind of thing. And then maybe some persons will say that
Okay.
some people scam them in terms of buying commodity, you know.
Okay, so it's a volatile business, and the risks are quite much. If you talk about things like cocoa trading, for instance, I remember one time USAID described Nigerian cocoa business as a toxic market.
Wow.
Toxic market. But for soya beans, the challenges are also there. Now, this is what happens. As a business person, you need to understand that commodities, the price of commodities fluctuates.
Okay.
So before you go to buy, you need to know how much the person who is going to buy from you is ready to pay to you.
Okay.
That way, it will guide you on how much you are going to buy from the farmer, what your logistics costs to move it from the point where you are buying it to the point where you are going to sell to. What's the cost involved? So that you can arrive at the buyer's location profitably. Very important. So you need to know how much you're going to sell versus how much it will cost you to buy and deliver to the point of sale.
All right.
That's one of the things you need to look out for. So I always tell people, find out price before you go buying. There were times when you could even get the price, you go to the bush to buy, and before you bring it out, maybe because you have delayed 1 or 2 days, before you pull out the grains, price would have dropped.
Whoa.
What happens to you? So you need to be in touch with your buyer. It's very, very important.
So agro trading is the same thing like commodity. I mean, stock trading, is it?
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
So farmers are doing trading as though they are doing stocks.
Yes.
And the Nigerian.
That's the same thing actually.
All right.
Yes, very, very similar. So you need to be in touch with the market. You need to know what your cost is. You need to know how much you're going to sell for.
Okay.
Right? Now,
Yeah.
another risk which is also involved in the commodity trading is you being able to determine the actual weight of what you are buying. We have a lot of unstandardized, I mean, some of the markets are not standardized, where you buy per bag. Nobody's scaling. Nobody wants to sell to you per scale. They're going to sell per bag. It's a risk. It's a risk because the person who is going to buy from you is going to pay you per kg, not per bag.
Yes.
So in that case, we use some local way of calculating. So I take an average weight of the bags that are in that market. So take, for instance, I go to Ipayangu market to buy, where nobody cares about scaling the goods, or even Guma
Yes.
in Bajimba or Daudu. Some of these markets don't care about scaling. If you go to Boko, yes, Boko, they will tell you you have the options of buying weighing. Weighing means scaled.
Scale, yeah.
And then direct.
Scale,
These are their terms. They'll say weighing or direct.
That's
So if
right.
you're buying direct, it means it's not scaled. If you're buying weighing, it means it is scaled.
Scaled.
And weighing is usually 100 kg per bag.
Okay.
So if a farmer brings to you and is selling by weight, you will put it on your scale, you read the weight, and then you pay the farmer based on the weight on that bag. All right. But the
Yes.
other markets, you just go and take an assumed, because it's a bag, you pay per bag. So there's a flat rate.
Yes.
Now, the catch for you is that some of those bags could weigh more than 100 kg.
Okay. Okay.
So before now, where we were using all manners of bags, some bags could weigh even more than 135 kg.
Wow.
But today, with the Benway bags that we use, you are achieving maybe 110, 115. Sometimes it could go as high as 120, 25 even,
Wow.
depending on the person who has packed that bag.
It's okay.
You know, so we have professionals in the village, in the markets.
Yes.
They know how to shake the bags very well. They'll pack it such that it has a lot of weight.
Is that right?
You know, yeah.
Is that
So if you are buying, be sure that you're not paying higher than what you are going to be paid for.
All right.
So what I do is that I take samples of bag, maybe 5 bags, take sample weight, and then take the average. So if the average fits in, yes, I buy. If it doesn't fit in, I don't buy.
You don't buy.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Wow. That's strategic.
Yeah.
Yes, because for some of us, I was saying, okay, maybe we prefer to buy is it on weight?
Direct.
The direct bags, yes. So that you can come and make so much money from
No,
selling in
you
weight.
can also lose money. So it's a two-edged sword.
It's okay.
You can also lose money.
It's all right.
Yeah.
So sometimes you will not be on ground, but you want to also do trading of agro produce. How do you identify reliable people who can help you do this trading?
You see, this is a very sensitive issue because a lot of persons have lost money. Nigeria today, one of our challenges is trust. This is not just about Benue. There were some allergies I gave money to that disappointed me. In the past, we used to think that allergies were very, very honest people. They have integrity. But today, I've been disappointed by some of them also. There are those that I'm still pursuing for my money. But I'm not talking of allergies in Benue. I'm talking of allergies in the north, like Niger, other places. You know, so giving money to people to go and buy for you, it's a big risk.
Okay.
In fact, some people will say it is better to work with organized organizations, companies that are well organized. Yes, it's safer, but you need to check what's the capacity of those companies. You know, one thing I always used to say, sorry for using those words,
Yes.
but doing business with people who do not have, I don't want to say people who are poor. Doing business with people who do not have capacity is risky. Because by the time you give somebody who doesn't have anything at all money to go and trade, he has a lot of needs.
Already waiting the pipeline.
Oh my God. Maybe he's hungry, his children are hungry. He has a burial he needs to pay some money for. He has this, that. So the moment you drop money into his pocket, without thinking, he thinks that he can quickly solve those problems and come back to relax and then face the business. By the time he dishes from that money and spends on other things, he's not able to recover that money. At the end of the day, you're asking, oh God, what you have delivered is not enough. Where's my balance? Stories begin to come up. I've lost a lot of money. I've given, in fact, there were guys that were buying from me and they were very faithful. Give them money for one full truck, they will deliver. 2 trucks, they deliver. And all of a sudden, you give them money and then the money is not coming up. I mean, the goods are not coming. You're not getting the goods, you're not getting your money back. Unfortunately for us, our legal system is also not helping. You arrest them, take them to police stations, police will lock them up. By the time you leave the police station and come back, maybe some other time,
They'll be released.
yeah,
That's right.
it has happened to me. So what I tell people is that play safe. For me personally, if I don't have time, I don't do it. I don't give people money to buy from me anymore.
All right.
I don't do that.
It's okay. Wow, that's it. So it's the same way like trading in forex, right? Maybe not the same, but okay. So let me move forward. Our concern is for agripreneurs who really want to get into this business themselves, and so we want to, do we need to get partnership? For instance, I want to buy and sell as an organization, institution.
Okay.
When you sign the partnership agreement with your company, Because, for instance, you said I'm going to buy, delay 2 days, and come back and the prices may have dropped. So do I need to write an agreement with you so that for me my prices are standard? Or
Okay, now this is the challenge. Before, you know, in economics we talk about the cobweb phenomenon.
yes,
In the past, you could predict price. Prices were more stable. All right. So companies can give you local purchasing order, what we call the LPO, to go and buy, and they could quote a price for you. You go buy within a specific period of time, anyway,
yes,
not very short term. You buy and then you deliver. Today, a lot of companies shy away from giving you LPOs. The reason is simple. The price of commodities crash almost every other day.
so now it's crashing.
It is either falling or rising. In fact,
Okay.
it's mostly falling.
Wow.
It is mostly crashing. Look at paddy rice, for instance.
Yeah.
How much is paddy today? Most farmers are crying because what they spent to produce, the selling price is not even enough to pay for the cost of production. So farmers are selling at a loss. Some people bought paddy rice last year that they have not been able to sell till now because they were hoping that prices will rise. But instead of rising, the price keep crashing. The same thing with soya beans. Some people bought soya beans when the price was selling for like 1,000 naira per kg. What's the price today? Today is around 445 naira.
Wow. Almost 60%.
Yes. And they have not been able to sell this soya till now. Price, soya beans, paddy is worst. Rice is worst. How much is a kg of rice now? You know, so now companies don't want to give you LPO.
Yes.
They would rather prefer that you go buy and bring and sell at the existing market price, the prevailing market price.
All right.
That's what a lot of companies do. But it would have been safer for you as a trader to get some commitment, maybe a supply order, you know. But the way it works now, it's very unorganized. Just go buy, come and sell. So if between the time of buying and delivering, price has crashed, it is your loss.
It's all right. Well, it is your loss actually, but still people are still trading, right?
And people
So
are
what are the strategies that people are using now to still make profit?
good. People are trading and they are making profit. And it's this simple. The whole idea is that you know what is selling today. So you buy and sell off almost immediately. This is not the time to do storage.
Okay.
This is not the time to do storage. Now, understand this. The commodity market is very, very unpredictable. The price can rise and it can crash. It's a 50-50 thing. So if you go buy and store, hoping to sell later, God help you and the prices rise, oh, fine. But the possibility of prices appreciating very well is not there. And for me as a trader, I have never been the type who stores grains. I don't do hoarding. Why? Because I think that when you turn over your money, you make much. It's more profitable than to keep it for some months before you go to sell. If in a week I can buy 1 truck of soya beans, which is 30 tons, and I sell, I'm able to make my profit of, let's say, between 150,000 to even sometimes you make as much as even 500,000 naira from one delivery. You know, so if I'm turning over that money weekly, what's the price of a truck of soya beans today? Yeah, between 15 to 18,000, 18 million naira. You can buy 1 truck of soya beans. If I'm able to turn over that money two times in a week, I can do it 2 times a week. All right. So even if I'm making 200,000 naira in a week, from each delivery, that's 400,000 naira
Weekly.
That's 4,000 naira weekly times 4 months. 4 weeks. That's how much you make. But if you keep it in one store for even if it is 1 month, which many people don't do 1 month, people keep it for up till September. You buy in December, you keep it till September when you think the prices, when you think there's scarcity, and then you start selling. That's how many months? You buy in December, January,
About
February,
nine
March,
months.
April. 9 months times the 1 point something that me I'm making. How much is that?
Wow, that's
So
right.
who is making more money?
The trader, of
You
course.
understand? So
It's all right.
I don't do storage. I rather
So
sell.
you are discouraging storage.
No, 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 no. So understand your business model and work with your business model.
For you are a trader, so you
For me,
prefer trading.
I buy and sell.
Buy and sell. Simple.
Yes.
All
I don't
right.
want high BP.
Okay.
Say tomorrow price crash and then I'm running hater scatter. No, I don't do that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is is quite this thing.
Yeah.
All right. So okay. For traders, actually, are there particular crops, for instance, melon, for instance, Beniseed, that, for instance, Bambara nuts, are there certain crops that the prices keep always go up? Are there certain of these commodities? I mean,
Okay. I don't know the answer to that question, but this is how I'm going to approach it.
right?
I have done melon before. I did melon. I stored melon once for some months. And yes, it did appreciate, but by how much? The margin was not much. So there are crops that, yes, we know that they are not in high, I mean, the production is not very, very high. Bambara nut, for instance, people don't farm Bambara nut so much anymore. So it gets to a point where it becomes scarce. And today, people who do okpa is one of the major use of Bambara nut in Nigeria. A lot of them now mix yam and beans to increase the volume, or either yam or beans or
Yeah,
yam and
and
beans,
beans.
to make it much, because it becomes, at a point, it gets too expensive. So yes, there are crops that appreciate. They've always have that history of appreciating. But sesame that you mentioned, there are times that sesame also falls.
Okay.
Yes, so sesame is an export commodity.
All right.
Yeah, so there are times when the prices also drop.
All right.
It's
It's all right, sir. That is wonderful to know.
Yeah.
All right. So, how can you encourage young people? How can young people, youth, women, tap into this trading without losing their resources?
So I would say that commodity trading is a good business, though very risky, but very, very good. There are people who have become millionaires from trading in commodities. There are those who started as the baranda guys who go from one place to the other, picking small, small volumes and were consistent. They grew from that level to being able to sell in trucks. And today, we know some of them that even own processing factory, even in Benue here. So it's about consistency. But again, you need to structure your business in a manner that it can grow. So things like management skills comes to play. You need to learn how to manage your business. You also need to know how to operate even your bank account so that you become credit worthy for banks to be able to finance you. There's a point you get to that you are getting demands that your money cannot service. You need to go for credit. You need to go to banks for loan. Today we have banks that can give you funds based on your cash flow. So, which is why you need to also be able to manage your cash flow in a manner that you become credit worthy for banks to give you funds. And then you grow. These are the tricks. So it's a good business. It's a business that keeps your bank account very, very active. If at a point you think you have become very, very rich, and then you want to start spending extravagantly, and when you get into spending extravagantly, you discover that you actually don't have anything, and then that's where you fall into trouble.
Is that right?
And that's why many young people today are into dubious acts.
Yes.
There are guys that all they have is just a warehouse. Either they built it themselves or they rented. All right? They have this warehouse. People come in to say, help me buy. And they buy for different people. If you are faithful in doing that, the number of clients you have get to increase over the years. And that's how you grow. I'm giving you different actors in the chain now.
Yes.
Now, understand, there are guys that the first level of people are guys that own motorbikes. They go from the very interior villages where your four-wheel vehicles cannot drive into, and they buy from farmers in those locations and bring it out. Those are one level. That's one level of actors. The other guys are people who have warehouses. Most of the guys who own warehouses do not have shish. They don't have 1 naira. Somebody has come to say, take these funds, help me to buy. All right?
Yes.
And they are able to buy for such people.
Okay.
You get?
Very well.
There are some other guys whose job is, okay, they know these Okada boys, these bikers that go into all the villages. They just attach themselves to this warehouse. Okay, don't worry, I can help you mobilize grains. So, okay, fine. For every grain you mobilize, I give you certain commission. Over there, we call it ladder.
Yes.
I give you ladder. So sometimes 200 naira per bag, 500 naira per bag. And what they do is that they gather these Okada guys and say, guys, wanna go mobilize grains, can't give me. They go mobilize the grains and bring it to this person. And then he hands it over to the owner of the warehouse. The owner of the warehouse pays for those grains, and gives the guy his own commission, or ladder, like we call it. Then the owner of the warehouse, who has bought for different people, the owners of these goods can come, pick them, and go and supply to the different companies. But if you, who owns the warehouse, also have your money, as you buy, you're also supplying to different companies all around. My point is that there's room for everybody to play. You don't need to have a warehouse. Yours could be, I just go to one village, I buy from different farmers, gather it in one place, get a vehicle, move it from that village to maybe a more central town where there is a big buyer there.
Yeah.
If you go to Boko, there are plenty of them. I am procurement lead for Saro Agro Allied.
Okay.
Yes. Saro Agro Allied, we used to have warehouses in Naka, in Aliede, in Buruku, in Akba, and a couple of other places. In those my warehouses, I have boys who sit there, and farmers bring these grains to them, and they pay. All right. Now, my own company policy is that we don't do cash payment in my warehouse. When you bring in your grains, we process a GRN, a goods receipt note, which is a receipt, gives to that farmer, and then we send it to our central account system that pays the farmer through his account. We have a challenge with that system. The challenge is the fact that a lot of farmers cannot wait to receive the money in their bank accounts. Many farmers don't even have bank accounts. So it means I need somebody who can help me do payment. So if you have funds, you can go and sit in my warehouse, mobilize the grains, they come there, you pay. You're not sitting inside my warehouse, you're sitting around my warehouse. Mobilize the grains, and then when it comes, you pay them, and then you deliver it to me. I buy it from you and pay through your account. In fact, my payment is within 24 hours.
Wow.
Yes.
All right.
Within 24 hours. So daily, you are turning over your money.
It's all right. All right. We would have loved to go on and on and on and on, because it's a very interesting. I'm sure you must have, you come back. I don't know, because it's an interesting topic.
Okay.
Because sincerely, we want an avenue where young people can begin to earn money.
Okay.
From various areas of agriculture. There's an area, all right, of talking about the middleman, what they do to the farmer and all that. But we don't have time again to discuss. We discuss it maybe subsequently.
Okay.
I want to appreciate you so much for coming on the Agripreneur podcast. It's been a very insightful moment with you.
Thank you.
I don't know if you have any last words to say before we can close for today.
Well, commodity business is good business. It's good money. So know how you can play. Choose your niche and play there, and you make your money cool, but play safe anyway.
It's all right. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Shenge.
You're welcome.
Happy to have me here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Yes.